What if you could win at anything you tried?
Winner.
We're going to the Golden Gate City where I'll tell you how to crush this arcade classic.
Here we go, Sal. Get in the groove. Nice.
Then it's on to the boardwalk of Atlantic City where I'll show you the secrets of the shell game. Turn it over. Followed by a trip to one of America's best college towns where I'll take these students to school with a trick shot.
You're trying.
And I'll show you how to stand up to this midway test of nerves.
Uh-oh, I think this guy's got it.
And win the big stuffed animal every time. My name is Sal Piacente, and I know every con in the book. People hire me to show them how to spot a hustle. From coast to coast, I'll break down and reveal how to win at games, contests, and tricks. From the boardwalk to the carnival, I've got all the angles. Game on, America. Our journey begins in San Francisco. And if you're the adventurous type looking for something that's off the beaten path, or in this case, under the 101, then Soma Street Food Park and its mix of high-end grub is the place for you. People come here for the food, but they stay for something else. It's time to take down Skeebal, San Francisco style. You know the game. 9 balls. Roll them down the lane, get them in the holes,
Not bad.
and rack up the points.
Oh, mama. Well, you guys having fun? I want to jump in on this.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, man.
I know. You're probably thinking, boy, it looks like Sal has never even seen a skee ball.
Slacking.
This is not my game.
But guess what? I just want them to think I'm bad, so I can play them for a free round of drinks in the next game.
Let's bet next round. You guys can take that lane. I'll take this lane.
Okay.
You didn't really think I don't have game, did you?
I'm nervous.
It's showtime. Game on.
Distance. Uh-oh.
Two
right.
160. I won.
Okay.
Next round's on you.
Yeah, I'm good, but I ain't 2-time national champion good. That would be this guy, Joey the Cat, a skee ball Hall of Famer. This place is his home court. Just watch him roll. Now, me and the Cat are gonna show you how to dominate the game.
Yeah, way to end it.
Oh,
Joe, what do you think some of the biggest mistakes people make are in these games?
some people throw the ball off the side, they'll put backspin on it, they'll get down low and sling the ball up, and that's not where you want to be.
When you step up to play skee ball, you have to really step up. And for me, it all starts with the placement of my body.
I like to get up close to the board, my chin right against it, lean over and get my aim. How about
That's
yourself?
perfect. That's perfect.
Okay.
The perfect stance is to plant your foot and wedge it against the lane. And then that triangulates yourself to keep your lower body sturdy. And then you want to lean forward so that you're closer to the lane.
What you need to do is learn the art of the pendulum.
Once you're in the stance that you want, you bring the ball straight back, straight forward, and then you decide when to release, when you find that perfect spot.
Right.
You want to make sure that you're not cutting it short or swinging back way too far. Like a golf swing, when you bring the club back, if you bring it back too far, you're gonna have to bring it forward too quickly, or if it's too short, you'll end up hooking it or missing the ball.
The key is to lock your arm and release the skee ball smoothly at the bottom of your swing. With a consistent motion like Joey's, you too can roll it perfectly every time. But once you've got the pendulum working, you don't want to lose your rhythm. That's why I always play the game, 3 balls at a time.
If you have to reach down there, what happens?
Or set you.
Your stance is totally out, you're right. So
Right.
what I do is I get in the perfect position and I calibrate myself every time by sticking my finger down and make sure that my shoulder is in the right height.
And that's why you always take 3 balls. Once you've got yourself set, you don't need to reposition between throws. Which begs the question, where should you be aiming it? Guess what? The answer is not the big points. You'll almost never get that 100. The space between the ball and the hole is just over an inch. And if you miss that 100, you only score a measly 10. Check out what I was doing. I always go for the 40-point ring. It's way bigger than the 100. And if I miss, I'll end up with a 30 or a 50, ensuring a high score every time I roll.
You want to go right down the middle for that 40-point pocket every single time. 360 out of 9 balls is the ideal optimum score. The 40-point pocket is the holy grail.
Time to take on the champ and see who comes out on top, Sal or the cat.
Good luck. Rock and roll, here we go.
So remember, stand like you mean it. Grab 3 at a time, swing like a pro, and aim for that 40. With a little practice, you too can win big at Skeebal.
Here we go, Sal. Here we go, Sal. Get in the groove. Nice. Holy moly, that's a battle right there.
Now let's go to a boardwalk that I consider a part of my home turf on the Jersey Shore, Atlantic City. Wedged between New York and Washington, D.C., this seaside playground has attracted tourists as well as gangsters and con men for decades with just one goal in mind: to separate you from your cash. There's a hustle around every corner, and the shell game was one of my favorites. Here we go. You ready? That's the bee, that's the honey, and that's the shell that wins the money. Keep your eye on that little shell. You keep your eye on that shell, and you're going to win. So where is it right now?
The middle.
Turn it over. You're not watching the game. Look, who else wants to try? My dad taught me how to work the shell game con when I was a kid. And now I'm going to show you how not to get taken. The first thing you have to get for your skull, this is not a game. This is a hustle. Okay, here we go. Here's how it works. 1 pea, 3 shells. The pea goes under a shell. The shells get moved around. If you find the pea, you win the money. Where's this pea? Put up 20.
Stay right there.
Turn it over. I don't laugh when I win. I don't cry when I lose. Here's your money.
Thank you.
Easy, right? Wrong. She only won because she's working with me. You need 3 people in order to pull off this hustle. First, there's this handsome fella. I'm running the show. Then there's my partner, the shill. She's there to make the game look easy, which is how we reel in this guy, the Mark. Who wants to take a shot? $20.
I'll take a shot.
Put it up. Put up 20. There it is right there. Just keep your eye on it. You guess it now, you got to be good. Where is it right now? Turn it over.
God, how is that possible?
The secret of the shell game is deception. My hand is quicker than their eyes. Here we go. Ready? Now you try. I'll bet you can't follow the P. It's right here. Just keep your eye on it real quick. I'm not going to lose you. I'm going to confuse you. Where is it right now? You want to win at everything? Well, you've come to the right place. Right now, I'm on the boardwalk of Atlantic City giving a lesson on the shell game. The secret of the shell game is deception. My hand is quicker than their eyes. Here we go. Ready? Now you try. I'll bet you can't follow the P. It's right here. Just keep your eye on it real quick. I'm not going to lose you. I'm going to confuse you. Where is it right now? Turn it over. Oh, guess what? They followed the right shell, but you can't follow the P because it's in my hand. Check it out in slow motion. Here's how I get the P out of the shell. But you'll never catch it in real speed. Keep your eye on it. It's right here. Ready? Just like that, the P is in my hand. Not here. Not here. So where's it now? Turn it over. Down right here. It's a sleight of hand no one ever catches when watching from above. So let's check it out from below. I use my fingertip to get the P out. And from there, I can put it anywhere I want. All you gotta do is follow that little green P. Another cool move is that I spread my hands on the table, exposing 2 shells in my palm. And the P stays hidden the whole time. But the real hustle is keeping the P in my hand until the Mark picks his shell. After the Mark picks the shell, I force it under a shell he didn't pick. And that's why this game is virtually unbeatable. Now it's down over here. Stay away. You can't win. But if you're really feeling adventurous, I can show you a trick that will let you hustle the hustler. Put up 20. You ready?
Yep.
Here we go. It's not a watching game. This is a betting game. Remember, none of the shells has a P under it. So instead of pointing to the shell you think has the P, turn over any 2 shells as if they're the ones that don't.
Well, I don't think it's here.
The hustler has to force the P under the last shell and give you the win, or he'll give up the scam. But if you do that, I'll give you another tip. You better have sneakers on, because the guy running this scam ain't gonna be happy. So listen up. If you ever come across this game, there is only one thing you need to know. Stay away. The only ride you should be taking is with me. Just 100 miles up the Garden State Parkway to one of the top-ranked state colleges in the Northeast, Rutgers University. At night, I hit bars like this one, looking for folks who like a good challenge. Time to put their physics knowledge to the test. If you win, I'll pay you double. And the group of friends doing shots is perfect for a game that I like to call bottoms up. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I see you guys doing shots.
Yeah.
Adrian, can I trouble you?
Yeah.
Buy them 3 shots.
Another round?
Yeah.
Please, one round of
One
shots.
for you also?
Shot of whiskey and a shot of water. Feature us. Whiskey and water.
Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure.
Wow.
But hang on, you got to earn it.
Oh, okay. I thought it was because
It will be.
my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Well, thank you.
Well, I got an interesting proposition for
Should we
you.
be scared?
No reason to be scared. No, not at all.
Okay.
All I want you to do is I want you to transfer the whiskey into the water glass, the water into the whiskey glass, and you can't use any of the containers, nor that you can use your mouths at all.
We cannot use our mouths?
Can't use your mouth. If you figure it out, the next round's on me as well.
You said we can't use our hands?
You can use your hands,
Oh,
oh,
okay.
for sure. Oh, yeah, you
All
can
right.
use your hands, you move them around, you can pick them up if you want. You can do whatever you want. You can play with them.
I kind of want to see what you guys are going to do.
Yeah, I'm just. So now you know what not to do.
I don't even know what to do. Can I use his
No, it's going to
box?
spill.
No, you can't get in the containers.
No, that's not going to work. I don't want to make a mess.
Well, I mean, I already did that, so.
That's not going to work.
Very few people can figure this one out.
Can I use my hand?
You can use your hands.
That's what I was thinking. Did some? Wait, there has to be.
We're trying.
They're still struggling. Little do they know, all they need is their name and their birthday. People hire me to spot the con, and I've seen every trick in the book. Bottoms Up has all the ingredients for a good brain teaser. I want you to transfer the whiskey into the water glass, the water into the whiskey glass, and you can't use any of the containers. The only problem is keeping those ingredients in the glass. Now, remember when I told you all they needed was their name and their birthday? Check this out. Watch this. You take your driver's license or any card.
Okay.
Okay. I put the license on top of the water and flip it over.
Oh, look, it's bubbling.
Now we're gonna move it over just a tad to align the glasses. Then I'm gonna slide out the license to create a tiny space.
Do you take the card out really fast or
Nope,
something?
you just let it sit like that, and slowly you're
Oh my
gonna
God.
see.
Where's the whiskey going? Oh my God. It's going up.
Just let it go. And because the water's heavier, the water will come down and the liquor will go up.
Oh, science.
Yeah, it's science, all right, but it's gonna take a few minutes. So let me show you how it's done. You need to cover the shot of water with your license, or say a playing card, or any other card you have in your wallet. That way, you can flip the water and put it on top of the whiskey. Then pull out your license, just enough to create a tiny gap for those 2 liquids to mix. When you see those first bubbles forming, boom, that's when you know the gap is just right. That's because whiskey is lighter than water. In fact, alcohol is 21% less dense than water. Because the water is heavier, it will drop and the whiskey will rise. You could do this with any alcohol. Just don't use any clear liquid like vodka, because then no one will know what you did. Just remember, bottoms up. The booze is always on the bottom. Let's keep the good times rolling by heading to the warm sands of California. If you're looking to get your game on, then the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk is the place to be. Home to California's oldest amusement park, people come here both day and night to test their mettle at all sorts of games. But there's one game you don't play for peanuts, you play for pride. The High Striker. It's probably the most iconic attraction, and for good reason. This is where guys get to show themselves off.
Well, 75. Can I get the next player coming up?
Or in some cases, embarrassing themselves.
Nice. We got 2 more tries. Can I get the next player?
It's okay, next time.
This game is not just about strength. It's about strategy and technique. Don't believe me? Just watch this featherweight. He's about to prove that size really doesn't matter.
Hey, winner.
So how did this average Joe show up the big boys and make them look bad in front of their girls? With 3 key steps that will have you ringing that bell every time. Tip 1, you have to aim dead center. Start by positioning yourself so that the flat of the mallet is lined up to land square at the center of the target. Then, spread your feet and plant them so that you don't move while facing dead center. That's key. Tip 2, get a grip, the right grip. Your weak arm should be at the bottom of the handle. Your strong arm should start at the top. And then slide down as you raise the mallet so that both hands come together when you're ready to lower the boom. This gives your swing maximum torque. And tip number 3, keep the mallet flat, straight through the swing. If the mallet's face is tilted when you hit the target, you're selling yourself short. You want the face of the mallet to hit the pad squarely. This way, the maximum surface area ends up striking the target. By keeping it flat, that puck will fly to the top.
Hey, winner.
You hear that? That's the sound of winning. Winner! Let's keep our winning ways going with the trip to one of the country's biggest state fairs. Every year for the last 110 years, Tampa, Florida has showcased the best that the Sunshine State has to offer. I'm talking over 300 acres of food, games, and fun. Seriously, the food is out of control, and the drinks are just as awesome. Bacon milkshakes, pineapple whip, this place has got it all. Not to mention loads of old school rides and classic games, including the Midway's most nerve-rattling challenge. This is a game a lot of people can't stand. Literally, stand the bottle.
You guys ready to give it a try?
Yeah.
You have to stand it up one time anywhere on the table. If you do that, you get absolutely any prize of the game.
Okay, I want to do it.
The rules are simple.
Okay, let me show you guys how to do it one time. That's all you gotta do.
With one hand, hook a lying bottle around its neck. Pull it so it's standing up straight,
As slow as you can, like that right there.
and you win.
That looks easy.
If it falls, you lose. And if you use 2 hands,
Oh, 2 hands? No, sir, you gotta use 1 hand. Oh, this guy's cheating over there.
and there's a lot of losing going on here.
Oh, no.
This one is too jerky.
I'm running out of money.
This one is too
You
quick.
got it right there.
Another has no patience.
Come on.
You guys are fighting for last place here.
There was a wind.
All right, here we go.
Now it's my turn.
Ready to give it a try, sir?
One try.
There you go. Good luck. One more try.
I've spent a lot of time figuring out the angles to every game. And believe me when I tell you, this game is all about the angles.
Uh-oh, I think this guy's got it.
It's game on, America, and we're back at the Florida State Fair in Tampa playing Stand the Bottle. Use your rod and the attached ring to lift the bottle upright onto the table.
Give it a try, sir.
One try.
There you go. Good luck. One more try.
We'll get it.
I've spent a lot of time figuring out the secret strategies to every game. And right now, we're about to break this one wide open.
Uh-oh, I think this guy's got it. First try, man. Impressive.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Sal, 1, bottle nothing. Now, I'm going to show you how it's done. The first reason this game is so hard is that the bottle is on a tilt. One mistake and you're done for. So go slow.
Oh, no.
The other way to get thrown off is with the rod. They make the rod 3 feet long because most people will grab it from the end, making it harder to control. You don't need that first foot. The longer the rod, the more difficult it is to control, even if you hold it from the other end like she is. Instead, you need to hold it a third of the way up like I did. Then lock it into your forearm. That will give you control and enough reach. Next thing you got to do is hook the ridges on that bottleneck. Hook them without the bottle moving, and you've got a chance. That locks the ring into place and gives you maximum control. But now the tricky part, you got to get that bottle up. If you move the ring left, the bottle moves left and rolls right off. If you move the ring to the right, well, you get the idea. That's why you got to keep the ring straight. Hold the rod flat, parallel to the bottleneck. But here's the big key. Stop pulling when the bottle gets to a 45-degree angle. You don't pull the bottle up, you got to push it up. If you keep lifting up after you get to 45 degrees, the ring will slip right off the bottle. But if you start pushing forward, once the bottle gets to 45 degrees, the bottle will move forward with the rod until it ends upright. And make sure you don't let go until the bottle is stable. So the next time you come across this game, grab the rod a third of the way up. Hook the ridges on the bottleneck, lift the bottle up to a 45-degree angle, and then push the rod. Don't pull until that bottle is standing pretty.
Oh, hey! Oh! This guy done it.
Stick with Game On, America, and you too can be the squirrel that finds the nut.
There goes another winner right there, guys.